Hi, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Abduction Victim to Survivor. Our podcast is about family abduction, custodial conflict, and the stories of those who've lived through it. Their stories of pain, hope, and resilience. We are very passionate about helping people understand what family abduction is, the harm it causes to the abducted children, the searching parents, and those who love them. We do this by sharing the stories of those affected and having conversations with experts in the field. And we create a safe space for heartfelt and difficult conversations. And this is personal. My son was abducted from me and his life when he was 10 years old. Family abduction is a global issue. Cases cause trauma and heartache for all involved and often cause diplomatic crises between countries. We want to emphasize that time is of the essence when it comes to recovering abducted children. The longer they remain missing, the more pain and trauma the children will experience. Today, we have as our guest a very dear friend of mine, Chewey. He was a searching father. His daughter was taken in 2011. Actually, before that, too, it wasn't the first time that she was taken. Chewey is here. He's a very busy man, so he's actually recording from his car because he's so busy. And I'll tell you, most of the stuff that he does is good. He's always helping other people. Always. He's such a good man. So, Chewey, I'd love for you to please tell our listeners your story about your daughter Jennifer and what happened to her when she was just a little girl.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your audience. Thank you for this opportunity to express, also to remember, because when we remember things, also we can heal. And that's another important thing. Uh, Things come back and everything, but I think it's good because you are closing circles that you might forget that you leave it open. And I think this is one of them. Yes, exactly. I've been a community organizer, so I'd say over 30 years already. And but after what happened to my daughter, they leave my daughter when she was 2 months old. They leave my daughter and with me, and mom left, and then she came back, and then she took my baby for 3 months. She went to Mexico without me knowing that she was going. She was leaving. Then she came back, and when she came back, I noticed that she was doing closing to the time that she took it away, she was doing things that even I don't know that she was doing, acting differently, but I never was suspicious about anything because I have no problem. I didn't have no problems or anything like that. So one day, I went to work and I said bye to my daughter. Remember, even the dress that she had, she was mad, she was crying, and I talked to her before she leave, and I give her a hug, kiss, and say goodbye. And I went to work. She left. And around 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, I tried to contact her mom. At the time, we have a car in the mechanic. So I was trying to contact her so we can go and pick her up the car. But no answer was done. So um, I was suspicious. I'm like, why? She's not answering. Something happened to her, this and that. So I called her work. No, she was off that day. And she told me that she was going to work. I called the babysitter, and she is the one that told me that she called and say not to say anything. So is when I'm like, what again? But this time was a little bit different than the first time. All right, and I called the authorities. They were searching for her at the beginning. I was a suspicious. I was like the person that was like they don't believe that was me, right? They expect that did something, right? And it's how I feel it. And but no, we find out what. She was changing, leaving things. We pick it up. Where she leave the car, we went to pick it up, and there was a chain, right? What she was doing. So I follow my intuition about what to do, how to do it, and everything. So I asked the detective check probably the airport. Uh, they asked me, did she have a passport? I say, my daughter, no, I never signed for a passport and stuff like that. So around that happened around she left like at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock for 5, 7, not 10 o'clock in the night. They call me. They say yes, they saw her. They saw a video of her leaving with my daughter, and that's that's what I remember about that. Then that passed like 4 months, but I never stopped searching. I always trying to find out. That the first month I was quiet because I know that if I was searching for her and I find her, she's gonna move around, around. So I try to be quiet, investigating, but not doing anything. You send messages, just to try to see if she can answer any. And I was sending emails to her email, of course. With all this that I was doing, I get in contact with someone who teach me how to know how to see where this email come from, right? In the United States, it's easy to detect from exact location where you send your email, right? Because of
Right.
the
An IP
IP.
address, I think it's called.
Yes, but
Yep.
when it's another country, they don't have the same technology around, and where the pin was is like miles around, So it's far away. You cannot concentrate in one place because it's like 10 kilometers, and that's the pin right there. But it's 10 kilometers around, so it's so hard to do it. And one day she thought I was not doing anything. I kind of have idea where she was it, and I sent detectives, and the detectives went to the other part and say, "Hey, they're looking for her, but I will give you the information if you give me money." So that I went through that. So I had to hire somebody else I trust and stuff like that until I get a picture of my daughter and her. So we went to court, and I showed those proofs that she was there, and they gave me sole custody. That's why when I have the right to search for her and see through the convention of the Hague Convention, so we can find her, go to court, and bring it back. So I have hope, right? So I was I was doing a lot of stuff that in my own, like searching for my own, and also I was hard for me because I cannot be in the place looking for her, and relying this in other people to help me out, and
You're so
so
lucky, really, because
yeah.
especially you were still married, right? You weren't divorced yet. Is that
I,
right?
I wasn't divorced at the time. Yeah,
Right.
no, I was married. Yeah, at the time.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
still got so much help. That was wonderful.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was very lucky. I was, um, honestly, yes. That's what it is, I guess, because we knew, I kind of knew where her relatives were. So it's where
Uh-huh.
we start looking around. So we did it. We found her, and we wait to act accordingly to the law to do things right. Right. And I think at this point, whatever we do is not good for our kid, right? Because the parents are apart because they're fighting and stuff like that. But I took the decision to take my daughter. I rather for my daughter to say to me, uh, why you separate me from my mom rather than to say why you never look for me, right? So I never stop. I never stop, and I did what I have to do. Even my dad, that he's not here anymore, but he say, listen, sometimes because my dad is very conservative, and he believe in having the kids with mom because mom is more protective because it's the way he was thinking and stuff like that. I say, yes, Dad, I agree with you. But when you do things right, properly, and you're a bad person and you do this and that, yes. But when there is nothing I have to be ashamed of, no, I will fight because I believe as a dad, I'm dedicated man and I love my daughter. I miss her so much. I will never be able to do something like that. I don't think so. I don't think I can do something like that to her. So, but I had to act accordingly to the law so I can bring it back.
Yeah.
And
Where
thank
was
God
she? Where
she was
where
in
was she?
Mexico. And
Mexico.
Mexico, yes. She was in
With
Aguascalientes.
relatives?
She no, she was living by herself, but close to relatives, her mom relatives, yes. And that's how we did it, and we did a surprise. I mean, I had to investigate before, way before, how she was moving, where she went, and everything, in order to be able to make sure that we go and grab her, because Mexico at the time has only 10 people helping to search for kids in the whole Mexico at the time. This is what I've been told. So uh, if they go and they don't find it, they don't care. They need to go to another person and help. Thank God they went there. We wait. At the beginning, she was not home, so everybody hide, wait. When they came, they saw her, and they ensured that there was my daughter in there, and they approached to her and secured the baby, and they took it to a like a DCFS place that we know here in the United States, and she was there for a day. It's called DIF, you know, and
How was she when that happened? She was 4 years old, right?
she that day was 4 years old, correct? Yeah. So the damage that you do to a kid, it is a damage. Since the baby's gonna notice who's the dad and what is the dad, always the dad in her life, and then the dad goes away. Yes, the kids change, because she took my daughter before, and in order to see her, I had to go through a program where is supervised visitation, right, to see my daughter, because she went and said I was an abuser, so they protect her without making investigation and everything. So I haven't done anything, but I had to go through a supervised visitation. They believe what she was saying. And I say, fine, let's figure it out who is the person is doing it. I'm not doing nothing wrong, but that's fine. So I accept the supervision uh, to see my daughter. And my daughter was always with me. Imagine, she was 2 months old when she left my daughter with me, and she was already like 2 years, I guess, when she was with me all the time. They take it away. My daughter, when I saw her, she used to stare at me, and I had to be speaking English, right? But I always speak Spanish to her. So because of the person that was uh, supervising, she doesn't speak Spanish, so I had to say everything in English. And my daughter was looking at me when I say things like "Hi, how are you, mija?" So I cannot
Yeah.
even speak my language to her because the supervisor don't understand. And a couple of words I say to her in Spanish, and she say, "Do not speak Spanish because I will terminate your visitation." So that really pissed me off, but I
Yeah.
say I had to calm down because um I cannot do nothing. If I want to see my daughter, I have to do what I say.
So
But
when
it's
did this
so
happen? How old was she when that happened, when you had to have the supervised visitation? She
two
was two,
around 2 years old.
2 years
Hmm.
old. And
Yes,
they wouldn't let you speak Spanish to her, which is the only language she understood.
correct.
You could only speak English. So how
Yes,
confusing for her and scary.
yeah. She was staring at me, but
Yeah.
I be quiet and I start acting like, I was saying what I want to say in Spanish, but acting, playing with her, and I say, "Mija, mija," and daughter, right, mija, and come on, mija, and that's what I was saying. Why? Because they allow me that word in Spanish. And the next time I went there, I had to hire people to translate what I was saying. Then things changed. My daughter came and I started speaking Spanish. She looked at the people, but I got toys, I got this and that, her favorite toys, and she was like engaged right away, and no problem. She went with me. They to test me, they leave my daughter dirty pants You know, she was dirty, she poo, and she was there, and they were watching what I do. I had to change my diet in front of them, okay, to see what I was doing. But you know what? At the time, I was an expert, so I have no problem. I did what they request. I did it quickly, change it, clean it, go, put everything. I even knew how to comb her hair and everything. I changed her, no problem. And things started. I only went for probably 4 or 6 weeks doing that. I was expensive because I had to pay this person, and then the person I paid to translate, she was, because they told the story about what I've been doing there, right? They believe I was an abuser and stuff like that. So that person started talking about me to them. So I had to fire her right after we finished 1 or 2 sessions, and I had to help somebody else. And uh, because that person went through something, domestic violence, and
Oh,
she was talking bad about me. So I had to fire her and get another person. But well, uh, thank God I finished the program. But before the program ended, she took it to Mexico, right? Without me knowing where she was, and because she was in a shelter, they were not allowed to tell us where she was it, because I believe it's a HIPAA violation, and that was hard for me to be close to my daughter. I was looking for my daughter. Okay, if at the time my wife doesn't want to be in my life with me and everything, I understand. That's fine, but I have a daughter that I want to see, and my daughter was with me. You leave. I raise my daughter, and then you come and pick it up and take it like it was your decision, your property. No, it doesn't work like that. I don't think that worked. That's why I was mad and working hard to get my daughter back. She went to Mexico. I didn't put any charges. She came back later on, and we were into apartment. We got an apartment before the time. She was acting weird, you know, and she was mad for some reason, don't talk to me for some reason. So was waiting. I didn't know that she applied for a passport behind my back. And then when they took it, went to Mexico. I spent that time, 3, 4 months waiting for my daughter, to bring it back. 10 days after 10 days after I signed the Hague Convention papers,
yeah.
I was able to get a notice that they are going to go and find her from Mexico City and try to get there, secure my baby, and then go through the court in order to decide if my daughter uh, still have memories of me or anything, right? So they went in front of the judge. I was not there. I was through a video conference, and I have a lawyers and everything to try to bring it back. And thank God to my daughter was very talkative, uh, and
She was
they
4 years old, right? She
yeah,
was, yeah.
yes, and she gave me great memories. That I remember the judge saying, "Hey, where you from and where's your house?" And say, "Oh, my house is in Chicago." She remembered, 4 years old. My house is in Chicago, and I have a bed. I have my toys. I have my favorite toys over there, my blanket, and everything. And where's your dad? My dad is in Chicago. And say, oh, okay. So the judge was pretty good doing that, and I'm so glad that my daughter still have her memories. Her home is in Chicago, not there. She never mentioned my house is here. She say my house is in Chicago and my toys and everything. That changed everything. And when they asked her about me, I said, yes, my dad is in Chicago. He's waiting for me, and we're going and this and that. So the judge, he said, you know what? This girl doesn't have any damage in her brain for the dead. You know, I mean, like in her memories, it's not like a bad dad. You know, it's like, oh, my dad is over there, my toys, my house. So he decided that my daughter needs to come back. Uh, in Mexico, there's a system. It's called. They have these things legally that you can make long the process, right? You can go and I forgot Amparo. Amparo is like I have a paper that allows me to make this longer to get more proofs and stuff like that. Make it long, right? But also know that if my daughter after 6 months she can create like her lifestyle now. You know what I'm saying? Like her home now. You know. So mentally she believes her house is out there, and we don't want to. They don't want to have this stress removing the babies. But my daddy was saying everything about me and how wonderful things were and this and that. So he decides, okay, you took her without legal permission of the dad. She needs to go back. And he did that. So they spent one day to fix everything. I have tickets and everything to come back, even for my lawyer, because my lawyer has to drop it off. They had to come with somebody else. I say nothing better than the lawyer. She got everything. If immigration asks for anything, they got everything, right? Authorities in here. So we did it. Uh, and thank God my daddy came over. I was single dad for 10 years. And I've been, since that happened and she came back, I had to change my schedule of work because I had to bring her to school, pick her up, and then I went to work around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning because she was in preschool. So
Mm,
it's how I started. I say I want to be with my dad all the time. My mom was a very, very good help at the time because when I cannot do anything on my dad's situation, she take care of her. So I came back from work, and my daughter every single day she was waiting for me to go to sleep. Okay, because I was a little late. I changed my schedule, so she was waiting for me. When I had to take overtime, just to work. I mean, I was working in a hospital, and that's very helpful. The situation with my mom because she take care of her. No, now nobody else than your mom to take care of your kids, right? So I think is that was a key, very important key in my life that my mom was around. She raised my daughter with not talking bad about mom. You know, I asked her,
that's good.
I asked her, don't say nothing bad about her. I want my daughter to love her mom because he's her mom, you know? And they say, how come? Some people say, how come you do that? I say, no, no, no. My daughter needs to grow with love and loving her and accepting the situation we live in. Mom is far away, but love your mom, all right? So that's what I did. And I thank my coworkers because they were, I work in a hospital, right? I was working in surgery, and then I had 8 hours, and then I find 4 more hours. When they took it away, I'm sorry, I would do a little parenthesis there. When my dad was taken away, in order for me not to get crazy, all I did is looking for more work, maintain my mind busy, not be thinking so much about it. I spent 55 days without going home. Okay. I sleep 4 hours a day. I finish my 8 hours of work, and I work another few hours in the ER. And then I went to work to sleep in one of those dark rooms for the doctors. Uh, for 4 hours. They are called power naps because everything is so dark and no noise, so your body rests, right? 55 days. Thank God to my coworkers and everything that sometimes they see me crying so much for my daughter. Um,
Yeah.
is what I went through, and I didn't turn crazy because at the first days I was crazy. I went to my house and to my daughter's room, and I look at everything, and that's painful. That's painful because the bed stay the way she leave it, you know, and it's like it's the absence of that person you love, and she was there, and I don't want to move anything,
Yeah.
and that hurt me. So my refugee was my work. I work like I say, 20 hours a day for 55 days, and like that prevent from me thinking bad things, crying and everything. That was very tough time, very tough time.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
but
I can definitely relate to that because I remember I did something similar where I would leave for work like really early in the morning, before the sun even came up, and I would go to work and I would put in my 8 hours, and then I would come home and then I would work on trying to find Sam. So, and then I would fall asleep at the computer or whatever, and yeah, when you're busy like that, it does help a lot. But I was crying and while I was doing everything, it sounds like you were doing that too.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple of minutes. I meet people. I am very good talking to people, and God sent me a lot of angels around because now that I'm thinking, I say I should not say anything to nobody because people look at you like I don't know, like you talk about your life, personal life, and sometimes they don't care, right? And but but I take it out. I take it out. I take it out, and that was the way I survive. And because it's another thing. Sometimes you are dead, even you are alive, but you're dead. You don't have what you love the most, and it's hard. Me, my daughter taken away, it was so hard. And why it was so hard? Because since she was born, I get that connection with my daughter, And so it's so hard. Even at today, we have that very strong relationship, very strong. And she's in high school. All her school process from elementary, kinder, elementary, and stuff like that. I remember when she went to elementary, I was translating for her, right? What the teachers say and everything. And become the time that sometimes I had to ask my daughter what she say because things change now. Or she say that you don't say this, you say this, and I say you be quiet. I am the dad. Okay, I know how to talk. All right, but joking, right? Because I was so proud of her telling me how to speak, right? And that's great. My English is not the best, but you know what? Maybe my English is funny, but I do what I need to do in order to survive, right? All right,
Yeah, you
and
let yourself be known.
yes, no,
Yeah.
and she grow. She's an amazing girl. She started. She pick up instrument to play, and that was the flute. She's very good at flute at the beginning. She was not so self confident because she said she was chubby. I look at my daughter. For my daughter is my daughter. I cannot see her chubby and skinny now. I see my daughter, and but she feel that way. Elementary and middle school, she was like not feeling good because she was overweight. And I say, no, you're an amazing person. But she didn't believe that because she looked at her mirror. And then sometimes some kids were bullying her. And I never did something really hard. You say, ignore them, ignore them. Now she say, Dad, you told me ignore them, but that doesn't help. You need to step in and say, this is happening to my kid. But I say, I'm sorry, can I have another kid to do better? Okay. I want to stop. And you know what I'm saying? So now she went to high school and she went into the band, but also there was a teacher that invited her to become a wrestler. And I say, well, why you don't try? I don't know. I will try. Okay, so she went for tryouts, and guess what? Until now,
Yeah.
she is a wrestler and being in a very good place. That gave her the confidence like you have no idea. Okay, now she feels secure, confident. She can talk to anybody. She's popular now. She was saying, "I'm not popular." I would say something when she was little. She was around 6, 7 years old when we went to Obama's house outside, of course, and we went protesting, right? And she talked in front of 2,000 people, you know.
Wow.
So she got that memory and everything. And I said, "Remember how you talk to people?" Yes, but I don't feel confident that now it's no problem. She can
Hmm.
be in front of anybody, talk and say whatever topic you come up with. But she is an amazing human being. We went to Mexico on July 2nd, and she met her mom for first time after, let me see, after 13, 14 years without seeing her mom. Yes.
Yeah.
and we did a surprise for her mom and her brother, right? Because they didn't know we were coming. But I know in my daughter's inside, I was like, I want to see my mom. And I promised that the first day that we go to Mexico, we are going and you want to visit your mom. And that's why I don't want nobody talk bad about her mom. And it's not because there was any feeling involved about her. It's just, no, I want to have a clear memory of her, and whatever she decides, she can do it. And so the brother helped us out and surprised her mom. She have a good time with her, a few days only, and then we come back to the United States, and they've been in touch since then. I think in another better, and but now she's a grown up girl. She's 18 now. She's about to have her driving license, which is not a good idea, but and I know the time is up, it's coming up, and she had to start a new life, her own studies and stuff. She's going to college, and she start next, but no, I'm sorry, next year.
Yes, yeah.
So yes, and
Does she
she
know what
been
she wants to study?
yeah, she's going to the medical field. She liked the study of how the brain think, so she's going to bio med. Hmm. So let's see. She's going to be my shuttle for a couple days at work. I work as an anesthesiologist assistant in surgery, and she's going to shuttle for one day, not with me, but with one of the anesthesiologists to see what it is, how it is, and what they do. So I
Nice.
try to expose my daughter into different things. We work in the community. We try to encourage our young kids to do something different, right? In our community, as a Mexican community, we have the idea of, oh, let's go to a restaurant, let's go to a hotel, go to no, 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 no. That was for us probably, but we want them to go and follow their dreams, whatever they have in mind. We want them to go and pursue those dreams. So what we do in our organization, because we have a non-for-profit organization, that we take high schoolers into different fields, like the weather channels. We go over there, we bring all these kids, look at it, what they do, how they do it, and they talk to the meteorologists, to the news people. Even we go to a dentist school and get in touch with them, follow for one day or a couple hours the dentist, what they do and everything, and different teachers, police officers, firefighters. We want that, and also we try to encourage kids to know how the finances works, and we go to different fields. So maybe we don't have too many, but we have a program that works in our kids and our community to develop new ideas, and to to achieve different goals in our life and do better than what we do as a parents that immigrate from another country. So um, that's my dad is going in the next 1 or 2 months to the hospital to follow one of my colleagues to see what we do. But I don't want her to do it with me because it's gonna be different. Yeah, I have to be with somebody else.
It's wonderful, Chewey, really,
Yeah,
because you're exposing them to so many different good professions, occupations, so they can make up their mind what they want because they're exposed to and they understand all these different ways of working. So that's
yeah,
great.
yes.
Yeah,
So I think that's a one way that I learned. I mean, life teach you that you can do better, right? But you cannot do nothing for the past. So this time, my daughter is like following her dreams. I want her to do something that make. For me, my work is not work. I love what I do. Okay. For me, I don't get tired 16 hours. I have no problem. I love it. And I want that to happen to my daughter or the young kids that come around among us to do that.
yes.
Do something that you love so you will never have to work one day, right? Though I want them to be happy. I don't want them to be just millionaires and this and that. No, I want to be people, enjoy life and respect life, others, animals, nature, mother nature, and stuff like that. So just a better citizens. Even the political times doesn't help too much these days, but
Yeah.
we want to do our best. This is my
Yes.
responsibility, and I will do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
You're a good father.
I
Yeah.
try. I try. Thank you. Yes,
And you got remarried a couple of years ago,
thank you.
right?
Yes. Uh,
Yeah.
yes, a couple of years. We're gonna be uh, 4 years now that
Uh-huh.
I found Margarita. You already know about her, and she become another very strong uh, figure in her life and teaches a lot too. She got her own knowledge and stuff like that, and been working so hard to keep going in this life. She got 3 kids, and they're amazing. Damien, Milan, and Michelle, and they are 10, 11, and 13. So they're
So
young, you know?
they're younger than Jennifer. Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. So, but they're pretty good. I think they saw Jennifer become a very good artist, um, drawing a lot, painting and drawing. And with Jenny doing that, Margarita's kids see that and they start doing that too. Also, Margarita got a talent doing painting and stuff like that. She's good on that. And that helps a lot because you keep your kids doing great things that they never thought they can do. But like I say, yes, they're following what they see on Jennifer, drawing and stuff like that. And that's nice to see them doing that at home too, you know?
Yeah.
So, yes, we have a total of 4. So our family grows very fast, you know? But
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's good.
It
And it
is.
sounds like she has a very good life. I know I had the honor of meeting her one day.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, that's right.
yeah, I don't remember how many years ago, but I remember she seemed so happy and so well adjusted when I met her.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that
Hmm.
we went through that. Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, it's something that we learn. Another advice I give it to the parents when they are passing through hard times is don't fight don't fight legally for the kids, because you're giving the money to the lawyers. Save the money, be smart, have help, because help can save you a lot of pain in their kid, and it's gonna damage your pocket. And it's better if you save that money for college and stuff like that. Talking is a very good way to go through things, but I understand that sometimes there is no way people can talk. Then act like that. But anybody who I can help and say, hey, listen, think about it, this and that. I give my experience, and I think what is it's better, right? But everybody is different. It's their own world, and I respect that. It's just if I can say something to their parents that were in that situation is if you got a missing kid from another parent, never stop looking for it. Never, never stop looking for that. Never. Uh, you see, there is cases that 40 years ago they were missing and they found them, right? So,
Right. Yeah.
mhm, and it's a
Right.
beautiful feeling. The damage is already done, but life keeps going. We have to do our best.
You're a volunteer with Team Hope, right?
Yes.
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 So just to remind our listeners, Team Hope is a program of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, volunteer-based peer support network, where everyone in Team Hope has had or still has a missing or exploited child. And then we reach out to help other parents or people who are going through similar experiences. And Chewey has been helping many people. And the important part of that is, well, he is on the Spanish speaking team because Team Hope has different teams of volunteers. Excuse me.
Right. No
And
problem.
he's on the Spanish speaking team. And what's important about that is that it's could be harder for someone who doesn't speak English to search for their child.
Exactly.
So she does some very important work.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thanks to the person that helped with missing kids was Griselda. Griselda helped me so much in that during that time. I really appreciate that time that she put on me and and to get my daughter. And like I say, if you have a good person talking to you about what to do, how to do things, then you can put a little bit of effort on yourself. Amazing things can come up. Okay, so like this time, this situation was I recuperated my daughter and was amazing. Was amazing feeling, and until now, I mean, I think I have a very wonderful daughter and very responsible.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, she knows what she got to do, what she have to do. She's very well prepared for the world. But thanks to you too, okay? Because I've been contact you and asking you and everything. I remember those days. Sorry, but when you are desperate, you don't think about how much you bug a person until
You never
you know.
bothered me.
But yeah,
Never.
but I think we did what we have to do in order to recuperate my daughter. We did it, and in my gratitude is in return for that is helping other parents to recuperate their kids because I know what is that, you know. Yeah, even my daughter is a volunteer now, you know. So
She
can-
is?
yes, she's a volunteer and she's helping too. So um, it's a good experience for her. I mean, and she's very passionate about it too. It's like me; she doesn't like injustices, or we work a lot on those things. Yeah, even in our community and on personal life, and missing kids too. You know.
That's wonderful, Chewy.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that. And she's only 18.
Oh, my daughter? No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about my wife Margarita. She's a
Oh,
volunteer. No,
Margarita.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
yes.
sorry.
No, no, it's fine, fine. Yeah, no,
Okay.
with
Yes, I
Jennifer,
knew that. Yeah.
not yet,
But
but
her perspective is very important too because she's like the step parent.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And
correct.
it's very hard, especially if a child is coming back home and there's a new parent in that at home for them to adjust to, not just adjusting to coming home, but adjusting to that. So she has an important part in that too.
Yes, yes, exactly. When Jenny came back, I was with nobody. Spent 10 years just with Jenny, and then I
Yes,
found Margarita, and and we went through the whole process also for her to understand what I used to do, what I do for missing kids, and how was my experience. She liked the idea, and she likes what I do, and she become part of it too. Yes, yes. But I would talk to Jenny, but now that you mentioned to see if she can contact the team that is and the recuperate kids, what's her
that's a good
experience and
idea.
this and that. I
Yeah,
think that will help too. So thanks for letting me know.
yeah. She might be a little young to start doing that, but
Yeah,
we'll
later on.
see. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
But it's so good too that you've helped her have contact with her mother. That's
Yeah.
that's
I,
really good, Chewy.
yeah, I think it's something that is a world and we all make mistakes, but
Yes,
also I think everybody has to have the opportunity to accommodate things in life. She's happy where she is. They are in contact, so now it's more frequent that she might go and see her mom. Uh,
yeah,
her mom doesn't. She can't come to the United States, but Jenny can go over there.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's
It is.
that's
It is.
great.
As long as she's
Yeah.
safe, that's fine. You know.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think you started answering my question before I even got a chance to ask you about what is the one thing the most important thing that you want the listeners to know.
Okay. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. Well, not stopping searching for your kid at all. Okay, and that's a wonderful thing. And another thing I want you to know that my experience is get involved with the community, parents, or in your community. There's a lot of help that you can do to keep your mind busy. If your work is not that helpful, get in contact with different groups in our community will help a lot, because that keep you away from be thinking about what is happening, and just you make sure that you use it as a way of getting stronger mind to be okay, because when your kid come back, he needs you to be okay. So you need to
Yes,
find a way to be okay, you know, for that day. So keep yourself busy, mind busy.
that's so important, to keep yourself strong and healthy so you
Yes,
can be strong and healthy when your child comes home.
yes,
That's
yeah,
really important.
yes. Don't get sick. Don't. There's no time for that. You need to be thinking that way, because if you let that, believe me, yeah, you can go down. You can end in different parts. Okay, drinking, depression, this and that. But you are the only person that can get out of from there. The only person. No matter how many psychologists, teachers, this and that, and life experienced people can tell you, the only way to get out is when you decide to get out. So
Yes,
don't allow you to be hold down for that much time. Be more
yeah,
active, be prepared, be okay in your mind, because your kid wants a parent capable to be protecting and helping that kid when he come back.
you're right. Absolutely. One of the things that helped me was one of the detectives told me that when I wake up in the morning, sorry, sorry, I'm
No
fighting a
problem.
cold, and
No
it
problem.
seems to be winning. That the detective told me that to say, today I am one day closer to finding my son.
Oh
And it's
yes.
a true statement because I am one day closer. I was
Hmm.
one day closer.
Yes.
So that's
Yes,
something
that's right. That's
yeah,
right. And
it
that,
helps. It's
yes,
hopeful.
that help a lot. And that's a bad dream that goes away with the time. It's always there, but goes away. Doesn't affect you that much anymore. But you knew how to get out of that depression. You know how to be okay until the day that you find your kid. And that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you.
Chewey, thank you. So right
Thank you.
now I am going to show a picture of a missing child
Hmm.
who needs our help. Here we go. Okay. Here we have a poster of a missing child. His name is Marco Martinez Jr. He's so cute. He's a little guy. He's been missing since September 30th, 2025, from Santa Maria, California, and he is 1 year old. He was last seen on September 30th, 2025. He may be in the company of his father. If you recognize Marco, if you see him, please call the Santa Maria Police Department at 805-928-3781 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800 The Lost. Are listening in and not on YouTube and you can't see Marco, please go to missingkids.org and look for Marco Martinez Jr. to see if you know him or if you do see him. And while you're there, look at all the other children too, because they all need our help. So thank you so very much. And thank you for tuning in. And Chewey, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. I'm so glad that Jennifer is doing so well. And I know that she's doing so well because you're a very good father.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. Thanks for the opportunity to be in your program, and I hope this help other parents in some way.
Thank you. And I hope everyone listening will subscribe to our channel and tune in next Tuesday for our next episode. Thank you.